In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Microsoft Teams and how you might use it with students in a classroom. So there are two parts to Microsoft Teams. There's the Teams portion and there's the chat portion. Of course, there's more to Teams than this, but those are the two most important parts. Right now I'm looking at the Teams panel and it's showing me all the different teams that I'm a part of. And Teams is basically like Facebook in terms of who the audience is that you're communicating with and the method of communication. So if I were to join into, say, for instance, let's take a look at Hagen's team. What you can see in here is you can see posts by individuals that are going out to everyone in the team. And you can see that there's a reply feature that lets you reply in line to the conversation. So yeah, that's the general method of how the team function ends up working. The chat is based around one-on-one conversation or one to several people conversation. And to start a chat with anybody, essentially this component is like the Facebook Messenger portion, where you're talking to specific people or small groups of people. So if I needed to talk to one person in specific, I would find their name and I would click on it. And because I've already had a conversation with this person, it's going to show me the log of all of the conversation that I've had up to this point. And if I wanted to add a person in on this conversation, I can click Add Participant up here, or Add People up at the top right. And then I can just add another person. And now if I were to chat, it would send it out to both of these people. And I can see if these people are available by taking a look at the little icon next to their name. If it's green, that means that they're available. If it's yellow, that means that they're away. If it's red, that means that they're busy. And if it's like see-through with a little dot in it, that means that they're offline. So yeah, I can just type in my message and chat with a couple of people or an individual, or I can start a video or phone call by clicking on one of these buttons. This right here is the screen or document share. If you click on that, it'll start a screen sharing session so that you can have them see what's going on your screen, which can be very useful for walking somebody through the steps on how to do something. But we're going to focus now on the Teams portion. And if you're already in a team, you might have to click this back button here. And we're going to go ahead and create a team for our class. So right up here at the top right, there's a button that says Join or Create Team. I'm going to click on that, and then I'll click on Create Team. Now because this is a class, I could go ahead and put in the class team type. We're going to call this one Demo Class. And we'll hit Next. And then it's going to create the team. And now we can start adding in teachers and students. So if I wanted to add in Lisa Newson and Paul Richter as my co-teachers, I can add them here. And then I'll go over to the students panel and I'll start adding some students. And then I'll click Add. And if I had a list of all the different email addresses of my students, I could just copy and paste them in here and it should just be able to fill directly off of that. So now I can hit Close and we're in our demo class. To add and remove students from this class, I'll click on the three dots next to the name of the class, and then I can go to Manage Team. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of these people because I don't want to bug them. And I will also go ahead and make these two members so that I can get rid of them. You can't directly remove a co-teacher. You have to make them a member before you can remove them. So now we're going to pretend that I have a full class of students in here, and I want to start a video meeting with them. What I can do is I can go to my calendar, and I can find somewhere on my schedule where I'll be able to fit in a meeting. And then I'll just go ahead and click on that. I give it a name, and then I'm going to add my channel. So I'm going to click Add Channel, and then I'm going to go to, Demo Class, and then I'll click on General. General is the open channel that everyone is a part of, and so if I click Demo Class General, it's going to invite everybody in my class for this meeting. The invitation shows up on their calendar, and so they might not get an email saying that they have a meeting. You might have to send out a notification saying, hey, we're meeting at this time. So anyway, we're going to click Demo Class General, and we can add in some other stuff. We can change for how long this lasts. So if we want an hour from 1:30 to 2:30, we can do that. And then we're going to hit Send. And that's going to create a meeting that allows you to, it automatically has a video meeting associated with it. So it's going to take it a little bit for it to come across. Everything runs a little bit slow because of current circumstances. But in a couple of minutes here, I should be able to click into this meeting and get the details for it. Now that the meeting is finished loading, I can click into it. And right in here, we have a link to join the Microsoft Teams meeting that we could actually copy and paste into our learning management system. If I right click on it and click copy link, now I have the link that I can copy or I can paste it into my learning management system, and then I don't even have to worry about students actually finding the invite in their calendar, because I can just put it up on the learning management system. On the student side, this is what they're going to see. They're going to see a post in the team. They can also, click on that link, but one of the ways that you can ensure that they have it on their schedule is they're going to need to click into any meeting that you've added. And once the meeting details load, then they can go ahead and click plus add to calendar up at the top left here. So once you click add to calendar, it'll add that into your calendar. When you are ready to join the meeting, you can just click the join button at the top right, and that will take you into the lobby. You have little toggles here for if you want your camera on or if you want your microphone on. If you're joining a meeting that has a few people in it, you'll probably want to turn your microphone off. And if you are not particularly put together at the time, you might turn your camera off as well. But then you can just click join now and it'll take you into the meeting. You can join early, so that is something that you'll want to be aware of. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and click join now. And as people join in, they'll be able to talk to each other and have the video going. There are little toggles down here when you hover your mouse over the video. There's a toggle to turn the camera on and off, a toggle to mute your mic. This right here is the screen sharing button again. We'll take a look at that in a second. Then there's show conversation, because you can have a chat running with each meeting. There's a thing here to show participants. And so if I wanted to invite a participant who's not currently in here, I can just click the three dots and then click ask to join, and it will have them join in. When there are people in here, you have the option to click the three dots next to another person's name and mute them. which is something that's useful. There are also options to remove people from the meeting if they're being particularly disruptive or anything else. And let's take a look at those screen sharing settings. Right in here we have the share button, and when we click on that we have options to share out our desktop screen. So you can see I've got a few different screens available because my device is plugged into 2 screens. I could share either one of them. I can also share windows that I have open, and I can also share files that are on my in my OneDrive or on my hard drive. There's also a whiteboard option. You can use that if you want to whiteboard things. When you're done with the meeting, you can go ahead and click the Hang Up button, and that will conclude the meeting for you. If you click on the 3 dots next to the meeting, you can do View Meeting Details, and this will show you, again, the same page here. Then there's also pages for meeting notes and a whiteboard, all sorts of cool stuff that you can play around with and explore. So hopefully this was a useful introduction to Microsoft Teams. If you have any questions on Microsoft Teams, be sure to reach out to the tech department. Specifically, you can contact me, Paul Richter, or Lisa Newson, and we'll try and answer any questions that you might have. Thank you for watching.